morning. So today's Sunday and I've started tracking macros again. So for the past probably 6-7 months, I've been intuitively eating, not really worrying about my calorie intake, and just been enjoying just living life. But I've got a few holidays planned in the next few months, and I'm looking to lean up for that, and that's going to be a goal and a driver for me. So I saw a photo back on my old camera roll that kind of got me a bit more motivated to kind of get back into being lean, and I'll show you that right now. So I'd like to kind of get back into that type of state. I'm going over to Bali in end of July, and then I'm going back to Bali a month after that. So I want to get back to that state. So I'm going to start tracking my macros, and I've been doing it for the last week, intuitively eating again, but kind of understanding my calorie intake and trying to sitting in that range. This week I'm going to start to tighten things up. I'm going to show you exactly how I got my calories and how I set my macros and kind of like what I do to kind of get me to where I need to be. So let's start. But first, we need breakfast, Treen. Treen?
Yeah?
We need breakfast. What are we going to do?
I feel like egg whites, but you have to go to the store.
I don't want to go to the store.
You have to go to the store. You don't have a choice.
We have no breakfast at home. We have no food at home. And so now...
You're going to have to go twice today. You got a
Why?
proper shop. Because proper shop later.
Gotta go to the grocery store twice. Okay, so first things first, on the start of the day, on an empty stomach, I'll come down here and I'll weigh myself on the scales just to kind of get my average. So the weight will always fluctuate every single day. So if we can look at trying to get weekly averages and getting them to drop, that's going to be the goal here for my progress. So take this off. Let me jump on. So we're at 88.7. All right, so that'll be every morning. I'll track that. And then also what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna show you my physique. Turning you around. Here's my physique in the moment. In the front. Flex. Relaxed. From the side. The back, relaxed, flexed, and that's it. Hey. Come on, breakfast. Served, so we have a bit of a deconstructed, it's not Instagram worthy, of the omelette. We've got half a carton of egg whites, 1 egg, a whole packet of shaved chicken, and I'm going to have 2 tubs of Chobani strawberry. And so the macros of this, I just plugged that into MyFitnessPal. You've got 78 grams of protein, 9 grams of fat, and 44 grams of carbs. So pretty decent macros. And I'm going to be adding the no added sugar tomato sauce on top, just to give it a little bit more flavor, because I love sauce on my egg whites. I know people are going to hate that. Okay. Whiteboard, time for some education.
You got a nice big hat.
Oh, hat mark. Oh. Fail. Makeshift professional camera studio. Like I said, that I've got the goal to be able to get leaner for the end of July when I've got a couple of holidays coming up. So this is exactly the plan that I'm going to do to get myself there. And there are a lot of different ways that you can do it. And if you just jump online and go on like calorie calculators and macro calculators, there's heaps on there, but they're all going to kind of roughly be similar numbers. There's no magic number, but there are going to, in saying that, it is very individualized to each and every single person. So this is how something that I've set for myself and kind of made it easy for you guys to understand at home too. So something that's very, really quick. So the number one part is setting your calories. So there are a couple of ways to be able to do this. Probably the best way would be trying to weigh yourself for the fortnight and tracking your food and your calories and making sure that you're not going to jump up on the scale or drop down quite vigorously as well. Try and maintain your own body weight, track your calories, and then just try and keep that. What you would then do is get your body weight for the fortnight and find the average of that. Or another quicker way to do it would be getting your body weight. Now, depending on what your metric system is, if it is kilos, you'll get your body weight times your body weight by 2.2, which will give you your body weight in pounds. All right. So once we have that, we want to times that by 10 to 12. That's going to set out your calories. So depending on your activity levels, someone that isn't as active is going to be sitting at the lower end of the spectrum. Someone that is a bit more active, like myself, is going to be sitting a little bit higher in the spectrum. So for me, my average of the fortnight weights was 87.9 kilos. I've times that by 2.2, which is giving me 193.38 pounds. What I've done then is I've gone and times that by 12, which is giving me my calories for my deficit, which is 2,320 calories. So that's my calories done, sorted. The next part will be setting my macros. Oh, I'm falling. So the first and most important macronutrient will be your protein. So your protein in body weight, or in pounds, times 0.8 to 1.2. Now, if you were, depending on how lean that you already are, if you're leaner, you're going to sit at the top end of the spectrum. If you're not as lean, then you're going to sit at the bottom end of the spectrum. So for me, I've just gone my body weight in pounds times 1.1, which is giving me 212 grams of protein per day. Now that I wanted my fat, so my fat your fat can sit in 20 to 35% of your calories. So for me, I don't like to eat too many fatty things. I'm more of a carb person. So I'm going to set my fat at the lower end of the spectrum of 20% of my calories, which came to 468 calories. Now, that's all done. So my protein has been set, my fat has been set. Now I need to find my fat grams, right? So in calories, 1 gram of protein is 4 cows, right? In your fat, 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories. So knowing that, I would then go my protein, 212 times it by 4 would give me 848 calories. Now I need to get my fat. So I've got 20% of my calories came to 468 calories. I then went, okay, so my calories, divide that by 9, because there's 9 calories in a gram. It gave me my fat in grams. So I've got 52 grams of fat. Now the last macronutrient is your carbohydrates, and that's going to be the remainder of your calories. So I've said, okay, 2,320 minus 848 of my protein calories minus 468 calories of my fat. It came to 1,004 calories here. So, like I said before here, with one gram of protein equals 4 calories, 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories. In carbs, there's 1 gram of carbs will equal 4 calories. So, in knowing that, I'm going to say 1,004, divide that by 4, and it gives me my carbohydrates in grams. So, now I know my protein grams, 212, my fat, 52 grams, and my carbs, 251 grams. So that one's, it's tailored more to me because I don't eat as much fattier things. I prefer to eat higher carbs. My priorities for this will be making sure that I hit my calories and I'll be hitting my protein. So now that's set. For me, I wanted to make a drop to make sure that you know, I'm in a good place coming in July with what I set my goal to be. So we're going to be looking for a 0.5 to 1% body weight drop per week. Now, everyone's going to be different depending on your weight and I guess your calorie deficit. But for me, I'm going to be looking, because of that 0.5 to 1% body weight drop per week, I'm going to be looking between 400 and 800 grams of a drop per week. Times that by 11 weeks, because that's all I have till I go away, I'm going to be looking at a 4.4 kilos to 5 kilo drop for my entire cup, which would then equal, I'm going to be roughly sitting at 82.9 to 83.5 kilos at the end, which for me, I know because I've had a lot of drops before, a lot of cuts, that's kind of where I sit and I look my best. So end of July, that's where my goal is. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. Very, very easy and very easy to understand. And it's very simple too. It doesn't have to be too long and vigorous. And it all is tailored to everyone. So that's how you kind of do it. Like I said, there's a lot of them on online, but something very simple like that will kind of set you. And then just keep getting consistent. So for me, I'm going to be tracking my steps. So I've got a counter now as well. I'm going to be incorporating a little bit of cardio just because I enjoy it. I haven't done that for a long time. And I'm going to keep being pretty consistent with my macros, because the more consistent that you get, the better your results will be. And then you can make little adjustments as you carry on. But if you're not as consistent, then it is hard to make the adjustment because you don't really know where you're at. Okay, all right, so I track on MyFitnessPal, and I've done it for every single time that I have a cart, and I do get my clients to also go through MyFitnessPal. I've got a little MyFitnessPal hack that I like to do for every single cut, and it's basically how we kind of get our shopping list together. So I plan on the weekend from the week ahead, and my breakfast, my lunch, my snacks and my dessert are all going to be the same every day. So what I do is I enter in all the foods that I like to eat, and I put that in, and then from there I just quickly check my summary to make sure that it's still fitting into my macros, and I've still got leftover as well for my dinner. And then once I have that, I'll go to the top here, I'll go to edit, and I go down to the bottom. No, I don't. I don't go to the bottom. So I'll go to edit, I'll go to select all, and that's when I'll go to the bottom, and I'll press copy, and then I copy it to the following day. Once I've done that, I go back in, edit, select all, copy it to Wednesday, then copy it to Thursday, then copy it to Friday. That way I don't have to keep entering in every single day. So once I have that, I'll go into my summary and I can see exactly how much of my macros I have remaining, which will be for my dinner. Dinner for me is going to be different every single night. So this is where we can now go, okay, well let's have this, let's have that, and then we can tailor it to the macros so I can make sure that I hit it. I don't have to keep being on MyFitnessPal every day. I've already planned and prepped, and then that's how we have our shopping list as well. And it keeps me on track. So I just got back from the weekly shop. Now we just went through exactly setting up our calories and macronutrients, and then went through MyFitnessPal and set up all the foods. So then we have your shopping list. Go out and get the food. Now this is exactly what I'm going to be eating this week. We're starting off with breakfast. So typically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be delaying my food until I get to late morning. So I'm doing more intermittent fasting. That usually does work for me, and just because of my busy workflow in the morning. So it allows me to eat more food at night time because I've got a bit of a sweet tooth as well. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be having a muffin every morning. I'm going to be having half a carton of egg whites as well with that, and then be adding no added sugar tomato sauce with it too. So we're moving on to snacks. I'm making sure that I am getting enough fruit and vegetables into my diet. We're going for the bananas. Now typically when I go get bananas, I usually go for like the smaller ones, just to make sure that like I'm not going to be going for anything that's too big, because that way then I'm adding too many carbs in there that I would rather use somewhere else. So I usually go for the smallest ones there. We're going for kiwi fruit. I've actually been really enjoying the kiwi fruit lately. Got Tim Tams this afternoon. And the last snack that I'll be having every day will be my chicken kebabs. So I usually get these, but I usually get a different flavour. I get the Italian herbs. That one's really nice. But these ones are going to go on for the sweet smoky barbecue. Good source of protein, and it's not too bad in terms of the fat as well. So moving on. So for lunches, I've gone for a kilo of the lean beef mince, and then I'll be having this with, I've got 2 bags of Asian frozen vegetables, we're mixing that up, and then I'm going for half a packet of rice. This, just going around and getting the cooked rice is just going to be easy for me, so I don't have to keep cooking things. Also, everything's set out on the back, all your macros already on there, so it makes things really, really simple. With that too, I'm going to be adding in the salsa. Salsa's really good with low calories, so I'm going to be adding and mixing all that together. That'll be my lunchtime. And then, what else have we got? That's kind of the food for the day part. And then we move on to dinner. So I'm having a night of hockey fillets. I'm going to be having 2 fillets of those. We're going to be doing sweet potato fries and beans. We're doing a night of chicken burgers, so we're going for chicken. I've gone for a bit of brie cheese. I like having that there and melting that on there. Gone for the light aioli. Make sure you get the light, not the full fat. And then we've got the brioche buns. Like when you're going to get the bread and getting buns and things, I like to kind of go for things that are already in the packets because it already has all the macros down set for you, especially having the barcode. It makes things really, really easy when you are tracking. So that's going to be one of them. I'm having chicken Penang curry, so I've gone for the light coconut cream, and there's the chicken breast. And then one of the other night, I've probably having pizza, so I've got my pizza base, and then gone for 50% bigger, 50% fat-free cheese. And that's it. And then dessert every night will be my light and creamy ice cream. So I like that one. So that's 97% fat-free. That's really it. So that's going to be all the food that I'm eating. If something does pop up, I can still make sure that I will eat it if something does come up, and I'll just try and take away something that's already on MyFitnessPal and replace it for the same amount of calories. So that way I'm still being flexible with my approach. That's it. If you guys have any other questions, then pop them down below. But if not, I'll see you guys in the next video. Please make sure you like and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.